What's going on, guys? CardMechanic here, and today I'm going to be teaching you a card trick where the spectator is the performer. Let's do it. So just to give you guys a little bit of a background on this trick, this is a trick that I came up with by myself, and I don't really know a whole lot of tricks like it, but then again, I didn't really do a whole lot of research. So, there's that. But my whole objective behind this trick was to hand the deck over to the spectator, have the spectator actually do the entire performance, and still get the selected card that I would be selecting. So I want the entire magic to happen in the spectator's hands and still have their mind blown. And again, I think those are some of the most powerful effects because as a performer, you're not really doing a whole lot and the spectator is just still mind blown at how amazing it is. So for me, what I like is minimal effort to get the best possible effect. And I think this card trick does definitely achieve that. So now that you guys have a little bit of a background on the trick, I want to show you how the trick actually works and what the spectator will be doing. And of course, you need a spectator to do this, which I currently do not have. So I'm just going to show you, a quick walkthrough on what the spectator would be doing and what I would be doing as a performer. So you start off with a deck of cards, you hand them over to the spectator, and the spectator will pretty much read off instructions from a piece of paper, and the instructions will pretty much tell them to hand the deck over to me as a performer, and I will be shuffling, hand it back to the spectator. The spectator will then ask me as a performer to select a card. Boom, I select the card. I take a look, remember the card, put it back into the deck anywhere I want. The spectator will then shuffle up the deck, and then they'll go through the deck, select any card that they want. They select that card. I'd hold my hand out. They would put the card into my hand. They would ask me what my card is. I would tell the spectator my card, and then the spectator would take this card, flip it over, and then whatever card I said, that's exactly what this card would be. So that is pretty much the effect of the trick. And again, me being the performer, well, spectator slash performer, I think. I'm the one that's pretty much watching all of it go down, and all I'm really doing is selecting a card and putting it back into the deck. So now let's break down how this trick is done, what's written on this piece of paper, and whatever else is required. So for this trick, you will need a marked deck. Without a marked deck, this is, I want to say, pretty much impossible. So you are going to need a marked deck. If you don't have a marked deck, you can always go out and buy it. If you don't want to buy a marked deck, and if you have a regular pack of red bicycle cards, I have a video on how to make a marked deck, so I'll put the link to that on the screen and description, so you guys can go and check that out. Now once you got that marked deck, you will need a list of instructions on what the spectator has to do. So the way this is going to work is you're going to tell the spectator that they will actually be performing a trick for you, and you pull this out of your pocket or make it appear out of magic. But you do something and you hand this list of instructions over to the spectator. I don't need this. So they have that. You hand that over to the spectator, and then you hand the cards over to the spectator. So now the spectator goes to the sheet, and I'll put exactly what I have written on the sheet in the description so you don't have to worry about pausing it and looking at the instructions. So I tell the spectator, here's the sheet, here's a deck of cards, now you do the card trick on me. So step 1 says ask the spectator to shuffle the cards, and again, in this case, I'm the spectator, so the performer gives the cards to me. I just give the cards a regular shuffle. Boom, that's done. Now step 2 says take back the cards. It's really hard to read upside down. Step 2 says take the cards back and have the spectator select a card. So the spectator is pretend over there. They spread the cards out, ask me to select a card. So let's just say I select a card. Boom, here we go, card selected. Now step 3, tell the spectator to remember it and not show anyone. So I take a look at the card. Boom, put it back down. Step 4, tell the spectator to place it back in the deck and then give the deck a shuffle. So we spread the cards out. Boom, put that right back in there. Right? And again, of course, me as the spectator, I'm not doing anything. I'm just putting it back, just doing what the spectator is telling me to do. Put that right in there. Then the performer, in this case, the performer who was originally the spectator, gives the deck a shuffle. And again, the performer, in this case, doesn't really know any fancy shuffles, so they're just gonna give it a regular shuffle. So boom, shuffle done. Now tell the spectator you will now find their card. So they tell me, I'm gonna find your card. Go through the deck face down and select the card. So they go through the deck face down, and let's just say they select this card right here. Ask the spectator to hold out their hand and place the card face down onto their hand. Boom, that's done. Ask the spectator to reveal their card, and my card was the 6 of spades. And then reveal the card to the spectator and show that it was indeed their card. And boom, reveal that card, and it says 6 of spades. Magic. So now at this point, if you guys have not figured out already how it's done, of course we have a marked deck, which the spectator is unaware of. When you select the card, right, so let's say I select the 10 of hearts, and I select this card, and I don't really remember it. I just put it back right into the deck. I take a look at it, put it back anywhere into the deck, because honestly this card doesn't matter. And then when the spectator shuffles up the deck, they just pretty much lose that 10 of hearts, and I don't really have to remember it either, so that card is pretty much just gone. Now when the spectator selects their card, right, selects another card and puts it in your hand, all you're gonna do is you're gonna take a look at the marked card and figure out what it is. So in this case, it's the King of Spades. So at this point, I know what the card is, but the spectator doesn't know that I looked at the card already. So then the spectator is gonna ask me, what's my card? I say King of Spades. I don't do anything fishy. The spectator comes up themselves with their own hands, flips that card over, and it is in fact the King of Spades. So this is a really, really simple trick to do, especially because you don't really have to do anything. It pretty much all happens through the spectator, who is actually the performer, and they blow their own minds with their skills. So it is absolutely an amazing effect. So again, I just made this trick very monotone just so you guys can easily understand, but I'm gonna tell you right now that this trick had got me some amazing reactions. So it has ranged from no reaction at all to when I first started doing it, and now the reaction ranges from, wow, that was really cool, to people being like, what, that's not possible, do it again. Then people like standing up, banging their hands on the table, you know, doing all that kind of stuff. So, wide range of reactions, and it's just a really cool trick to do. So definitely let me know in the comments below what you thought of this trick, how you think your reactions will be, and definitely go out and perform this trick for people, because I definitely love to get your feedback on how I can make this trick even better. So that being said, hope you guys like the trick. So that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go check out my Patreon page to help support my channel, because your support really means a lot to me. So I'll put the link to that in the description, and also in the description is a link to all my social media, so you can follow me on there for my photos, videos, status updates, and all that kind of good stuff. So all that being said, I will see you in the next video. Oh wow, you guys are still here. I need to start leaving some prizes or something, because why else would you stay here this long? But in the meantime, like, share, subscribe, because if you do, you are awesome. Thanks for watching.